Rihanna and Chris Brown, Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, Antonio Conte and Daniel Levy. It was the worst coupling that could have ever happened, and it is naturally ending in exactly the way that we hoped it would. I say we hoped. I certainly hoped. I am delighted that it's gone this way. I am so happy, and I really hope that Antonio Conte walks. But it's amazing. Tottenham Hotspur have broken Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte, one of the best managers in world football. He is elite. He is truly brilliant. A sensational, dazzling box office manager has been broken by 3 or 4 months at Tottenham. That is Tottenham Hotspur. That is Tottenham heritage, and that is why they haven't won a league for well over 60 years. Everything that I've been saying to you about Tottenham Hotspur is proved true with this Antonio Conte admission. Conte has finally understood everything I was saying about Tottenham. They are not the club that people like to present them as. 2 League Cups since 1991. That is the club they are. Thinking they're a big club because their great-granddad saw them win the league. That is the club they are. No trophies since 2008. Think of the clubs that have won silverware since 2008. And if Antonio Conte had dedicated 36 seconds to the internet to just do a little bit of research on the way that Tottenham Hotspur conduct their business, the way that Daniel Levy approaches the game, this move would have never happened. Why he went there, I do not know. Manchester United desperately need Antonio Conte. It was a travesty that didn't come off. The two of them have let each other down. Manchester United need Conte, Conte needs Manchester United, and they should have made it happen. It looked like it was to Tottenham's benefit, but you need so much more. You need the foundations of a good club. And Antonio Conte didn't exactly want the world. He didn't exactly want the world. He wanted Luis Diaz and Adama Traore. That feels fairly workable, fairly manageable for Daniel Levy, but no, they provide him with Bentancur and Kulusevski. That is obviously not what he wants. Adama Traore would have been a miraculous footballer under Antonio Conte. We know the system that Conte likes to play. We've seen the elevation of players in that position, particularly Victor Moses, for example. We know that he can get a brilliant performance out of somebody like Traore. I think he would have played him as in a front three occasionally, dropped him back to a wing back where necessary. And the fact that he left Wolves, he wasn't getting in the Wolves team, for Barcelona when it was Tottenham's player if they wanted him. Luis Diaz, look at the way that he has hit the ground running. He has been a brilliant signing for Jurgen Klopp. He has been a duck to water to the Premier League. That dink over the goalkeeper the other day, Antonio Conte would have been watching that saying, I told you that is what I needed. I told you that is what I wanted. And the fact that he has hit the ground running so easily, even Jurgen Klopp must be surprised. Because Jurgen Klopp, as a manager, his players have often taken time. You know, Andy Robertson didn't play for 6 months, did he, when he first landed at Liverpool? He didn't play for 6 months and then bang, he's in the team. Even Fabinho didn't look great when he first arrived. And you think about what a talented player he is. But Klopp persevered, coaxed the performances out of him and made him one of the world's best. Luis Diaz has just hit the ground running. Klopp must be surprised. But if you're Antonio Conte watching that, I just don't know where you go. And the amazing thing about Antonio Conte and everything that Conte represents, and you compare that with Tottenham, I thought that they got it right. I thought the years of mismanagement was finally over when they got Conte. I thought that the Jacques Santini, Christian Gross, Glenn Hoddle era of Jerry Francis era was over and they finally got it right. But it turns out that Conteism as an ideology, as strong as Conteism is and as brilliant as Conteism is, wherever Conteism has landed has been a success. It isn't powerful enough. It isn't the kryptonite that I thought it was, because Spursyism is all-conquering, all-powerful, and will never be beaten. Tottenham will always be Tottenham. And it's amazing that Conte is on the precipice of walking away from that club. He is one of the best things to have happened to that club for years. Since, the arrival of Conte is equivalent to the performances of Bale or the discovery of Ali and Kane or the appointment of Pochettino. That is as big as this is. He is a brilliant coach, top tier, a master tactician. He has an aura that makes players want to play for him and makes players want to love him. He is so infectious to the fans. The fans always adore him. The way that he is so passionate. He's exactly what Tottenham needed. And He makes so much sense for that club. Everything that they need is Antonio Conte. Levy needs to make this work. I am desperate for Conte to walk. I will be so happy if he walks. But Daniel Levy, looking at it from a Tottenham perspective, which isn't easy for me, Daniel Levy needs to make this work. Whatever happens, Levy cannot lose Antonio Conte. It's completely pointless bringing in Antonio Conte and then not backing him. Conte isn't a Europa League manager or a Europa Conference manager. They were never going to be great bedfellows unless Tottenham demonstrated the ambition and aspiration that is in keeping with the character of Antonio Conte. We know what Conte wants. We know what he is after. And we know the way he conducts himself. I mean, look, the press conference yesterday after Burnley, maybe it should have gone like this. Maybe this is how it should have gone. I'm the Tottenham manager. I know the job that I've taken. It's my responsibility to get these players playing well. It's my responsibility to find a system to enable these players to play a way that results in victories. Maybe that's how it should have gone, but that isn't Antonio Conte. We know that's not how it's going to go. He isn't a yes man. He shoots from the hip, and that is why he is so unpredictable but brilliant. That is why he's so good, because he tells the truth, and he's talking about walking already. And we know that he has his limitations in his character. We know that it's gone, he walked away from Inter Milan despite winning the league. I know there were circumstances. He sued Chelsea. It's gone stale and it's fallen out with people, and that is probably why Manchester United were reluctant to take a punt on him. We know that he can be pig-headed. We know that he works players to the bone. But if the players react well to that and he is given the utensils to perform properly, he is brilliant. But that is clearly not the case here. That is clearly not the case. And ultimately, Daniel Levy has sold Antonio Conte down the river. He is a combustible manager. When you appoint him, you know he's combustible. In a similar way to Antonio Conte should have known Levy and Tottenham's frailties, Tottenham should have been aware of the way that Antonio Conte conducts himself. So you can't allow it to get like this. You can't allow it to get this stale. When he says he wants a Adama Traore, give him a Adama Traore. Otherwise, what's the point in giving him all that money? If you're not going to then reinvest, you're going to give Antonio Conte a mega contract for 18 months. But you then have to provide Antonio Conte with everything that he needs. Otherwise, it makes a mockery of the appointment in itself. But isn't it fun? Isn't it good? And I really hope he walked. Antonio, I think I could learn to love you again if you walk away from this job. I really do. Consider it, please. Tottenham play Leeds next. Leeds are going to be desperate for, Leeds aren't very good. I don't rate Leeds at all, obviously. And I think Leeds are in contention to go down. I think they'll just about survive. But they are obviously relegation threatened. But Tottenham need to beat them. And I'm not sure that they will now. Tottenham need to beat them. They are 7 points off the Champions League spots. And I think, weirdly, that is exactly the same place they were in when Conte took over from Nuno Espirito Santo. What a club. The gift that keep on giving. Tottenham Hotspur, I salute you. Thank you to everyone for watching this video. I genuinely have loved making it. Let's hope it continues. Let's hope there's a follow-up in a couple of hours. If you've enjoyed it, please consider clicking the like button. It massively helps me out. I would really appreciate it if you would just click that like button now and click subscribe if you've really enjoyed it. I'll see you all very, very soon. Ta-da.